Now, let's talk about the cases that include 0, because 0 is neither positive nor negative. 0 times b is equal to 0. So b is any number in this case. It is a variable. And why do I know that? Well, we know that 3 times 5 is equal to 5 plus 5 plus 5. We have 3 5s. We are using repeating addition, and that is equal to 15. 2 times 5 is equal to 5 plus 5. We have 2 5s, and that is equal to 10. 1 times 5, we have 1 5, and that is equal to 5. So what is the pattern? To get from 15 to 10, I subtract 5. To get from 10 to 5, I subtract 5. I can continue this pattern to see what happens for 0 times 5. Subtract 5. So 0 times 5 is equal to 5 minus 5, which is equal to 0. I can continue this with variables. 3b, that is 3 times b, is equal to b plus b plus b. We have 3 b's. We are using repeating addition. 2b, that is 2 times b, is equal to b plus b. 1b, you have 1b, and that is equal to b. So to get from 3b to 2b, I subtract b. To get from 2b to 1b, I subtract b. So I should continue this pattern, subtract b, to find out what 0 times b, that is 0b, is. b minus b is equal to 0, so 0b is equal to 0. 0 times b is equal to 0. Additionally, b times 0 is equal to 0. Why is this the case? We know that 3 times 0 is equal to 0 plus 0 plus 0. We have 3 zeros, and that is equal to 0. 2 times 0 is equal to 0 plus 0, and that is equal to 0. 1 times 0, you have 1 0, and that is equal to 0. To get from 3 times 0, which is 0, to 2 times 0, which is 0, you do nothing. To get from 2 times 0, which is 0, to 1 times 0, which is 0, you also do nothing. So, to figure out what 0 times 0 is, I do nothing. So, 0 times 0 is equal to 0. Repeating this pattern of nothing, we find that negative 1 times 0 is equal to 0. Nothing again. Negative 2 times 0 is equal to 0. Nothing again. Negative 3 times 0 is equal to 0. Additionally, for numbers that are not integers, you can think of them as being between integers. For example, if I have 2.5 times 0, that should be between 3 times 0 and 2 times 0. So it is between 0 and 0, so it must be 0 itself. So b times 0 is equal to 0. So now we know that 0 times b is equal to 0. b times 0 is equal to 0. We also know that 0 is equal to 0. We have one more equation left. Let's substitute the 0 from the left side with the first equation. So that becomes 0 times b. Let's substitute the 0 on the right side with the second equation. That becomes b times 0. So 0 times b is equal to b times 0. We also know that this property, that a times b is equal to b times a, works for all real numbers because we tried each type of case for all real numbers from positive integers to including 0. Thanks for watching this set of videos. I hope that you enjoyed them.